Hey guys, we are back with some more Vegas Golden Knights Eastside Hockey Manager, and this one, as you can see, we're just going to be trading for Zach Smith here for Jonathan Marchessault, and unfortunately, this is really not a trade I want to do, but we have to do it as we are still slightly above the average club salary, as like 500,000 above. So as we check our finances here, our estimated average club salary 75,300,000. Let's see the salary cap chart just to make sure. Yeah, we're above. We're well above. So we're gonna have to do this, unfortunately. And I know that I could probably send down guys to the AHL who don't make the team, and that might make a difference in terms of the amount of cap that we have to work with. We might actually get below the cap in that case, but I would rather have some space to work with anyway. So trading Marchessault is the way to do that. So gauge interest, they would need to take some time to consider this offer. Okay, so they apparently, rejected, really, because they think Marchessault is overpaid. I might even have to include a draft pick in this. All right, let's see. Will they take that? Nope. All right, well, I hate doing this. I really do, but we have to get below the cap, so let's see. Interest, can definitely consider this out. Okay, so maybe we'll go for a fourth. See how they like that? Okay, so yeah, we'll just offer him a fourth there. Again, I hate doing this, but got to get below the cap. Wow, I'm surprised that the board didn't rip me there. So Zach Smith, welcome to the Vegas Golden Knights, and unfortunately, Jonathan Marchessault is now with the Carolina Hurricanes. So we are now at, of course, 72 million. So I guess that did it. So now here's the thing with this team. Since we've traded away a couple of our forwards and we now have Zach Smith, I'm not sure if I even want to play Zach Smith because, well, he had a good average rating last year, but I would rather give ice time to young guys. So since we have a full defensive core, we have two goaltenders as of right now. I would actually, since we have the cap space now, I want to see if we can go after a goaltender who's better than Ferguson, because I don't really want to put the entire load on Reimer. So let's see, position, goaltender, UFAs. Saros is available. The Predators, he did very well for the Predators last year, but how much would he want is the question. He's a key player. No, can't afford that. Malcolm Subban, maybe get him back on Vegas. He only wants 1.8, so that's not terrible. Lindgren, Casey DeSmith. Honestly, I would rather just get Subban back. I'll give him for 1 year, though, at 2 mil. Would we go above the cap? I don't think so. This shouldn't put us above the cap. If it does, then this game's broken. But yeah, we'll give him 50,000 signing bonus. There you go, Malcolm Subban. Hopefully we can get you back on the Vegas Golden Knights. And we can send Dylan Ferguson down. And we'll obviously be getting Joakim Guertin soon. So now the focus is on forwards, because we've traded away William Karlsson and Jonathan Marchessault. So now the guys who are dressed are Panarin, Veleno, Smith, Pulkkinen, Silverberg, Larson, Lazaro, Lapalainen, Pulkkinen, and Force. That means 2 roster spots are open between Lucas Summers, Dwayne Kindry, Konstantin Svetlov, Andre Kusera, Travis Treloar, Aiden Thompson, and Rasmus Kupari. 2 of these guys have to crack the roster. And if they can't, then we'll just play Smith. But I would rather give these young guys the chance before Smith, as obviously Smith's 34 years of age, and these guys are all 23 or younger, I'm pretty sure, at least. Yeah, 19, 21, 19, 21, 20, 22. So got to give those guys the chance, and I guess we'll just keep Smith as depth until the end of the year, especially for the playoffs. That could help. But yeah, that's really all there is to do, is to figure out what forwards we want to play, what 2 forwards are going to crack the roster. So what we'll do, how many prospects are there up here currently? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many are there in the AHL? There's Suzuki, Bishop, Byfield, Landstrom, Blomqvist. I think all these guys need one more year in the AHL. Because Landstrom hasn't played in the AHL yet. Neither is Byfield. And Suzuki just isn't good at the NHL level. Bishop has only played 1 year in the AHL so far, and he didn't have a great year. Blomqvist had a lot of goals, but not a great average rating, especially for the AHL. So I think we'll keep all these guys up here. And we'll just play all of our young guys in the preseason, and we'll let them battle out for the last 2 spots on the roster. So Smith, Panarin, Silverberg, let's see, Polkinen, Veleno, the other Polkinen. Actually, you know what? We still need to have 5 veterans dressed because there's only 7 rookies. So Kupari, Thompson, Trelor, Kusera, Svetlov, Kindry, and Summers get in there. So we need 1 more forward. I guess that'll be, for me, you know what? Let's see how Zach Smith does, just for fun. So that would look like Zach Smith, and then Lazaro and Thompson, and then Fours, Larson and Kindry, and then Lapalainen, Summers and Kusera, and then Svetlov, Kupari, and Trelor. And the defense is same, and the goaltenders are same. So we'll just see how all of our forwards do in this regular season, or not regular season, in the preseason. First game against the Ducks on September 13th, so let's see how we do. And here's Joachim Guertin set to sign with your Vegas Golden Knights, and he should be on the roster now. And Golden Knights set to sign Subban as well. There you go. So we have now got our 2 goaltenders signed. And hopefully, all right, good. That did not put us over the cap. So Ferguson, go back down to the AHL. Well, we'll have to place it on waivers, so that's unfortunate, but oh well, not keeping it up here. So Subban, get in. And I'll give him a number as well. So I'll just give him 30. And unfortunately, Dylan Ferguson has been claimed off of waivers by the Winnipeg Jets. So that's unfortunate, but whatever. We have other goaltenders who we can rely on at this point. We don't necessarily need Ferguson, so I guess it's good for him to move on anyway, since he's been kind of just buried in the minors for the most part. Give him a chance at the NHL. Panthers exhibition game. Note we already have all of our preseason games set. So let's get right to it. Golden Knights requested name captains. That would be Riley Smith, Torrey Krug, and Artemi Panarin. There you go. And Miller resumes practice as well, so he's back. That is good. All right, here we go. September 13th, start of the preseason against the Anaheim Ducks. Actually, you know what? Let's get Guertin in there as well. Give him some experience. You know what? Let's give him the starting position for game number 1 of the preseason here. So let's get to it. Game against Anaheim. First period. There you go. Goal by Zach Smith, the veteran. And assist by Larson and Thompson. Second period. Oh, there you go. Thompson from Svetlov and Theodore. Then Smith with the hat trick from Thompson and Larson. And then from Theodore and Kindry. And then Svetlov from Krug and Theodore on the power play. And then Fours from Kindry and Krug. Third period. That is what I like to see. Fours from Theodore and Larson, and Kupari from Smith and Miller. There you go, boys. Solid 8-1 victory for your Vegas Golden Knights over the Anaheim Ducks, and we'll give all those players another game for sure. I don't usually make first cuts. I just wait until preseason is over, pretty much, to make all my cuts. So let's see what happens here in these next few games. Svetlov injured, Luchnikov out 10 days. Okay, so either of those guys, yeah, Svetlov is on the roster, so we're going to scratch him for right now. We'll put Veleno in. And as coach, yeah, we'll leave Guertin in as well. He did very well in the last game. So game against the Canucks, we have a 4-1 victory. Very nice. Smith from Brandstrom and Fours, Veleno from Thompson and Lazaro, Kindry from Smith and Brandstrom, and then Thompson from Lazaro and Theodore on the power play. Very nice. A lot of contribution from Smith in the past 2 games. Maybe making himself known as potential call-up for your Vegas Golden Knights. And Subban, of course, is injured for 10 days with the groin strain. So we will get James Reimer in, and In terms of forwards, we are set to go. So, game up against the San Jose Sharks on the 17th. Get right to it. As a 5-2 victory. Kupari from Trelaw. Theodore from Veleno and Krug on the power play. Theodore from Krug and Lazaro on the power play. Miller from York and Kupari. And then Kupari from Kucera and York for the empty netter. Very nice. Solid preseason so far for your Vegas Golden Knights. As we are, I believe, 3-0 so far in the preseason. Expected to make final cuts. We will do that in one, I guess after this game. Unless the game forces us to make those moves before then, which it doesn't look like it will. So, game against the Kings, let's see what we have. A 5-2 victory. Looking solid. Kindry, Thompson, Larson, Smith, and Lapalainen with all the goals for your Vegas Golden Knights. Game against the Oilers on the 20th. Svetlov and Lazaro resume practice. And all these tryouts finishing. Now, let's see. There's still no maximum limit, so we could keep all these guys on the roster still. And I want to get, instead of Veleno, I want to get Svetlov back in. So that he can have another chance. Keep Guertin in. Game against the Oilers on the 21st. Now, is it going to force us to send back some guys here? Kucera suffers injury. Not yet. So I guess I'll get Veleno back in there since Kucera's injured now. So, Guertin, get in. And let's see what happens against the Oilers here. That is going to be a 5-2 win. Awesome. All right, we're just on fire in this preseason. So, are we at the point now where we have to send players? Well, I imagine we'll sim one more day. We'll see what happens here with the Flames. No, okay. So we'll keep rolling with this. I want to get as much evaluation on these young players as possible. Game against the Flames. There's our first loss of the preseason. Summers, Svetlov, and Lazaro with the goals. But the Flames have doused us. So, still not forcing us to send anybody back, but I would imagine that would change here, especially after the game against the Coyotes, but maybe even before then. We'll see. Yeah, it's going to force us to send back some guys now, so. Let's see, who's going down? Who is going down? So, it's obviously going to be forward. Lucas Summers, 633. Not cutting it. We have to place him on waivers. I have this feeling he's going to be claimed. So I would rather just offer him out to all. Yeah, trade negotiations, Magna and Malenston. Neither of those guys are guys I'm really interested in. So I'm going to just offer him out again, see what happens. Okay, we have a different result this time, but just more or less the same players. Kurt Harrington actually doesn't look that bad. 6'6", off the puck, 85. He actually is not that bad. How's his history? Yeah, you could whip him into shape. Yeah, you know what? Well, I would do that. Maybe add a draft pick. See their interest. There's a lot to like here. Okay, yeah, we could definitely add a draft pick. How about a third? Oh, okay, we can go far with this. How about a first? Definitely deserves a look. So we can really extend this. How about a second? Isn't too appealing. Okay. Accidentally removed the first. I'll put a third in there. Doesn't do anything for us. We'll put a fourth. Definitely deserves a look. Okay. Gonna extend this as much as I can, get as much as I can for Summers. I wouldn't imagine they'll do a fourth, actually. Another third. But another fourth. Definitely deserves a look. Alright, you know what? We'll do this as is. A first, 2 fourths, Harrington and Ejven. For Lucas Summers, we'll send that offer out, and it's going to take place. So there you go. Good negotiating. And we avoided a potentially disastrous situation there in having Lucas Summers be claimed, but he was not claimed. Instead, we got a first-round pick out of him, and 2 fourths, and 2 depth players. So, good trade if you ask me. Andre Kucera. Really, all these forwards have been playing very well. We can't send any defensemen down. I don't want to either. Goaltender's Guertin. Oh, Guertin's been doing very well. Let's see his goaltender stats. 907 save percentage. Guertin looks ready. He really does. So I want to give him every opportunity we can for him to crack the roster. And in terms of forwards, I guess we'll just have to send down the guys who didn't perform as well as they should have. Now, Zach Smith, 783. I was not expecting him to perform that well. Kusera, I guess we'll have to send down. Yeah, he hasn't had a year in North America anyway, so that'll be good to get him some experience in North America in the AHL. So Kusera is being sent down. Travis Trelaw, same thing for him, so he'll go to Chicago. Joe Veleno, obviously not. Rasmus Kupari, he played well. He played really well. Stefan Larsson, Lapalainen, Thompson. I mean, all these guys. Jeez. I guess at this point, it just comes down to who has the best attributes. So Dwayne Kindry, I don't think he's ready. He's fresh out of the WHL, so, ooh, you know what? He could still be sent back to juniors. Do I want to give him one more year in juniors? What's he at right now? 2-star? He could technically play in the AHL, so yeah, I'll send him to Chicago for right now. If he struggles in the AHL, we could always send him to juniors like a month into the season. Doesn't matter too much. And then, yeah, I think that's it, honestly, because Svetlov, wow, 867 in 3 games. Pretty impressive for him. So we now are within the roster limit, so that's good. I mean, we obviously have 6 defensemen. If any of them get injured, we're calling somebody up from the AHL no matter what. But in terms of forwards, we still have to dress 3 more. So between Panarin, Silverberg, Smith, and then the Polkinens, you have to dress all 5 of those guys no matter what. So we'll get them all dressed. Now it's a matter of who is going to start the season. So I think, even though he had a great preseason, Zach Smith is still the last priority for us. So he'll start the season scratched. And who else will start the season scratched? One more guy. Svetlov had a great preseason. I don't want to scratch him, and he's young too. He's only 21. Kupari, he was pretty good as well. Aiden Thompson, he was very good. 783 average rating. Stefan Larsson was good as usual. I don't know who I want to scratch here. I guess Rasmus Kupari, because I'm not doing that to Svetlov. 867, and then Larsson, he's good. Thompson was close to an 8, and then Carl Forrest close to an 8 as well. So Kupari, unfortunately, he played very well. Don't get me wrong. He played very well, but it just, at this point in the GM mode again, we're at that point where even if you're playing very well, you still might be scratched. So that's going to be our starting lineup for day 1. Panarin, Veleno, and Smith. Yep, we're keeping that together. Polkinen, I'm going to say 4s on the second line this year with Silverberg and Polkinen, Reiko. Yep, that works for me. And then, let's see. All right, so we got kind of a rookie bottom 6 here besides Polkinen. So in terms of this, I think I'd give the third line to Lapalainen. He had a very good season last year, but he's a natural center. So does that mean, can someone like those out? Here's where we run into issues, is that we have way too many natural centers in the bottom 6. I mean, Lapalainen, Lazaro, Larson, Svetlov, all natural centers, and I don't believe any of them play wing. No, they do not. So it's gonna come down to who's the best at faceoffs. Lazaro has a 99, Lapalainen has a 92, Larson has an 86, Svetlov 81. So yeah, Lazaro and Lapalainen are gonna be the centers. But then again, I kind of want Lazaro and Lapalainen on the same line, because Lapalainen deserves to be on the third line, and so does Lazaro. So, what to do? You know, I'll just leave Lazaro in the middle. Lapalainen, what hand is this? He's lefty. I'll leave him on the left wing. And then I guess Timu Polkinen. No. I want Polkinen on the fourth line. He always plays the best on the fourth line. Plus, he can give some veteran experience to guys like Svetlov and Thompson. So I guess in that case, we'll have Larson on the third line since he played last year. We know what he's about. So that'd be Thompson and Svetlov with Polkinen. Then Lapalainen with Lazaro and Larson, the three L's. So, and then Reimer and Guertin. And then defensively is Krug and Larson, Theodore and Brandstrom, York and Miller. No, I want York on the second pair with Miller, and then it would be Theodore and Brandstrom. Yeah, so an offensive defenseman on each line there, Krug, York, and then Brandstrom. And then, of course, you got Theodore, Miller, and Larson. So that is looking good. Power plays, you got Panarin, Fours. Why is Veleno not there? You can get Veleno there. With Panarin and Smith. And then Fours with Silverberg. And yeah, I guess Teemu Polkinen, he seems to do well there on the power play. So yeah, Silverberg on the right, Polkinen on the left. We'll do the same thing here. And then penalty kill, definitely having Reiko there. He obviously won the Selke Trophy last year, so he's got to be there. And then I guess he could go there with... How's Larson with defense off the puck? Positioning, nope. Svetlov, nope. Fours, nope. Veleno, I guess it'd be Veleno. Because I kind of want someone on the face-off there. How's Thompson on the face-offs? Very bad. So we're really lacking a defensive center here, unfortunately. But I'll give it to the most experienced guy, which is Lazaro. Or you know what? Maybe I should give it to the faster guy, one of the faster guys. Just because that's kind of prevalent on the penalty kill. Yeah, maybe like Stefan Larson. You know, give Stefan Larson penalty kill time along with... Yeah, I guess Silverberg for right now. And then three-man penalty kill will be Veleno and Stefan Larson. Yep, there you go. And then even strength Panarin and Veleno. And then Smith along with Fours. Actually, that's two goal scorers. Guess I'll get Silverberg there. And then defense, this all looks fine. Yep, Larson's on the penalty kill, Krug, York all on the power play. That looks good. So these are the lines to start year number 6, I believe this is 5. I don't know. It all starts to blend together. So in the next one, we will start the regular season simulation. See you guys then.